Namaste and welcome to today's session. So today's session is a little different. I thought today we'll do some analytical meditation. What usually happens is that when we do our meditation, we're trying to calm our thoughts, slow them down. So there's gaps between the thoughts and we're trying to focus on something else, not the thoughts. So with this one, we're actually thinking. And it's through analytical meditation that we can really get to know ourselves. So today we're going to be analyzing two things. One is interconnectedness and one is impermanence. In Buddhist philosophy, the people who have studied and understood and implemented Buddhist philosophy principles will not be suffering as bad throughout this coronavirus, because they understand interconnectedness, impermanence. They've studied death, cause and effect, attachment, all these key things, suffering, all these key Buddhist philosophy principles that if you've studied for years, when you get to something like this, then you're more stable because you've already studied it. So now is a great time, I think, for all of us just to think about interconnectedness and to think about impermanence, because what better time? If we look at interconnectedness, whatever you do, it will impact on somebody else. And whatever they do, it will impact on you because we're interconnected. In the West, not so much over here in the East, but in the West, being an individual is a big thing. But actually, we're fooling ourselves because as an individual, we can only do so much. We need each other. There are 7 billion people in the world. There are not 7 billion individuals. We are all interconnected. Look at now, for example, we need all these healthcare workers. They're putting their own lives at risk to keep us safe. We need them. We're interconnected with them. We need the farmers to make the crops and the vegetables and everything because we're interconnected. If you had a bad tooth, you need the dentist. So, if you have a car, you need a road. So we need road builders. You want to live in a house, we need people to build houses. We need each other. We are not 7 billion individuals. We are all completely interconnected. We're all affecting each other's lives. When they talk about karma, they say you do good things and good things will happen to you. You do bad things and bad things will happen to you. Yeah, okay. If you lived in a little bubble and whatever you did only affected you, then great. But we don't live in a bubble. And we may be good people, but other people are affecting our lives. Our lives are crossing over each other the whole time because we're interconnected. So during this practice, this meditation practice, I'm going to ask you to think about something, analyze something, which shows just how interconnected we are. So the other thing that I wanted to really talk about, impermanence. We always look upon the impermanence as a negative thing. Oh, everything's impermanent, everything's changing, nothing's the same. Well, okay, if you're looking at something that you cherish and it changes, then okay, it may not be a good thing. But if you're looking at your hangover from last night, then you certainly want that to change. If you're sick, you want that to change. So impermanence isn't just a negative thing. And impermanence, understanding, I mean, a really understanding. Okay, I know that I say impermanence, you understand. But on an intellectual level, you understand. It should be on a wisdom level. It should be on a level where everything you see, everything you do, you understand the interconnectedness and the impermanence of it. If we understand that everything is impermanent, everything is going to change, then it will stop us grasping at things. You know, the things we love, we hold on so tightly to them. And then when they change, which they will, so when they change, it brings us a huge amount of suffering. So when we understand impermanence, we can step back a little bit. We don't have to get attached. We don't have to hold on. We can just enjoy what we have at this moment, knowing that it may not last. It is going to change. But while it's here now, I will enjoy it. So we'll be looking at impermanence through this analytical meditation as well. So we have to be really careful here when we do an analytical meditation because it's about thinking. And you know that you start off thinking about A, and then all of a sudden you're at J, and then you're at Z. Your mind just wanders off. So when we're thinking about interconnectedness, you need to keep your mind focused on that subject. Don't let it go wandering off. You know, you may start thinking about food, and then it'll think about tonight, and then you'll think about what am I going to watch on Netflix tonight, and then you'll think about, oh, the other day I watched this, and then and you're off. So be really careful when you're doing analytical meditation that you keep your mind focused on, and if it does wander off, it's okay. Just gently keep bringing it back to what we're supposed to be analyzing. Okay, so there's an art to analytical meditation. It's not just sitting comfortably and thinking. Okay, so we'll start by doing the 5, 6, 7 breath. We'll watch the breath for a little time just to calm us down and make us nice and centered. And then I'll ask the first question for you to analyze. Okay, so I hope this new way of doing the meditation, I thought it would just be a change for you. So sit comfortably and then lightly close your eyes. And we'll start by doing the 5, 6, 7 breath. So breathe in slowly and deeply through your nose and hold the breath. And breathe the air out through your mouth. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. And now just breathe normally. And just focus your awareness on the breath as it flows in and out of your nose. And if you become distracted, just gently bring your awareness back to watching your breathing again. And on each out breath, just imagine yourself becoming more and more relaxed. So now let's begin the analytical part of the meditation. This is to do with interconnectedness. So I want you to think about the last meal that you had. So maybe you've just woken up, so then dinner last night, or you've just had lunch, or you've just had breakfast. Just think about the last meal you had. And then I want you to work backwards and just see, how did the meal get to your plate? How did it get to the house? How did it get to the shop? Get to the supplier? So go all the way back to the farmer and just see how many people are involved in getting that meal from the growth onto your plate. So just think about that and try to keep your thoughts just on that. So now, staying with interconnectedness, for the next 2 minutes, I want you to just think about all the people that you need in your life. Not just people that you need because you love them or they're your family or friends, but people who you really need. People building roads, farmers, doctors, policemen. Just think of all the people that you need. So now let's look at impermanence. I want you to try to think of anything that is impermanent. And now I want you to think about how impermanence has helped you. So maybe you've been sick, and because of impermanence, now you're not sick. So try to think as many times as you can that impermanence has helped you. Okay, so now just bring your awareness back to your breathing again, and just focus your awareness on the breath flowing in and out of your body. So now I want you to just very slowly start to open your eyes and just look down on the floor for a moment, just gently bringing yourself back into the room. And when you're ready, you can start to move your gaze up. So that was quick. I mean, we've only got a short session here, so you could spend a lot longer on analyzing these things. But by looking at your last meal, you see just how many people are in that process just to get that meal on your plate in front of you. That's interconnectedness. And if you look at all the people that you need in your life, again, interconnectedness. So this individuality is really just an illusion because we need each other. And on impermanence, when we look at things, try to find things that are permanent, we can't find them. And if you think you have found one, then just leave it in the comments here, and then I'm sure that I will be able to refute that. So, as far as I know, there is nothing that is permanent. Everything is changing. So, And the second part of that, when we looked at how impermanence has helped you, I wanted you to have a more positive approach instead of thinking impermanence means everything's gone, everything changes. So, we always think about the negative side, but so I wanted you to think about the positive side where impermanence has actually helped you. Like now here in Chandigarh, the weather is like it was 38 degrees today. So it's going to go up and up and up and up and up. Then it'll reach a point of 35, 45, 46. So thankfully, it doesn't last. And then we will have the weather drop by the end of the year. So that's, where the weather changes, that it helps. So, impermanence can be a positive thing. So if you're interested in doing analytical meditation, then on your own, then sit and analyze these points again, but keep them in your mind and not just as intellect. Understand that we're all interconnected and everything is impermanent. Try to make that part of who you are. Make it, part of your everyday thought process, because then it's not intellectual, it's wisdom. Okay, so leave a comment and see if you like this type of meditation, if today was good for you or not. Also, drop a line, say hello and where you're from. If you have any questions, then please leave them here. And please share this video. I think last time we only had 6 shares. There's like 200 or 300 people watching and 6 shares. So share, share, share. Share amongst everybody. You never know who may like it, who may benefit. The point of doing this is to benefit as many people as I can during this difficult time. Anyway, so stay home and stay safe. And until the next time, namaste.